The sports supporters.
The owners are just completely out of control with this.
I wouldn't take Adrian Peterson on my team if you put a gun to my head.
Put in the DH, and if you think your pitcher is a good hitter, let him be your DH or let him bat in your lineup.
I think the LA Clippers are a very dumb basketball team.
They were ripped off last night. That was a rip-off. That was a scam job.
If the Clippers cannot beat the San Antonio Spurs as they are right now, then they deserve an overhaul, and Doc Rivers probably shouldn't be the GM anymore.
It's a no-brainer. I'd never vote for him for the Hall of Fame.
He could be better. He can be better. He should be better. He should be more consistent.
Marty Marino is portraying himself as Disneyland, and he's acting like the Montreal Expos.
They don't work in the cage, and they don't work on their batting, and they become a joke. So I say let's bring the DH. Let's get some continuity. Both leagues, same rules. Let's go.
Mark, what do you say?
Totally disagree with that. I look at the American League. I think it's a beer league. It's a softball league.
Maybe Minnesota can trade Peterson to Dallas for Herschel Walker.
Sure.
There it is.
What do you say about that, huh?
The sports supporters.
Hey, it's time to hang out with the sports supporters. Larry Burnett, Fred Wallin, and Mark Mancini. Three sports nuts just hanging loose and spouting sports. The sports supporters is brought to you by Morongo Casino, by Dick's Sporting Goods, by In-N-Out Burgers, and by your Southern California Ford dealers. Now, get ready for Jock Talk Radio and the sports supporters.
The Clippers are a dumb team. Yay or nay, Mark Mancini?
Well, I don't think they're dumb and dumber, and Jim Carrey is not out there, but this No Country for Old Spurs is going down tomorrow in the Alamo. I mean, I think the bad officiating really riled the Clippers. And let's face it, when you whine a lot, you draw attention to yourself, and the referees have wheeled up the Clippers a lot of tees this year. And the Clippers have been penalized a lot, and rightfully so. But they were ripped off last night. That was a rip-off. That was a scam job. That's ripping off an armored truck, and there's no... I mean, in the last few seconds, if you looked at how many times Blake Griffin was hacked, I mean, there was no calls. As soon as the Spurs went down, they were going to the free throw line. I mean, granted, the Spurs are a great team, but let's face it. I mean, we don't want a Spurs-Houston series here. The Clippers are going to get it, and if the Clippers don't get it, there's going to be heads rolling in Clipperland because Larry, Ballmer wants Larry here, so you know they can't have this thing going on and on, guys.
Yeah, well, he wants the Larry O'Brien Trophy is what he wants there. But I tell you what, I'm so tired of hearing how great Chris Paul is, and he's exceptional, and it's almost like blasphemy to say the guy that led the league in assists could be better, but he could be better. He can be better. He should be better. He should be more consistent. When he takes charge of that team and he runs that team, they are a well-oiled machine. But there are times when he sits back and he's passive and he makes mistakes in the clutch, and that technical foul was just ridiculously absurd, and he's going to have to play a lot better. Listen, they got a creaky San Antonio team out there that's dealing with age and injury, and yet they come out and play fundamentally sound every night, and Duncan has just been unbelievable. If the Clippers cannot beat the San Antonio Spurs as they are right now, then they deserve an overhaul, and Doc Rivers probably shouldn't be the GM anymore.
The Spurs are 5.5-point favorite on Thursday evening. What about Hack Jordan? Mark, you're first on this. What do you think about Hack? I think it's worked beautifully for the Spurs. Yesterday, every time the Clippers had a little momentum, they would start hacking Jordan, slowing the Clippers' momentum, turning the game around. Folks, if you didn't watch the game on Tuesday night, and by the way, you're listening to Game On Sports Overnight America. If you didn't watch the game on Tuesday night, in the first quarter, the Clippers were up by 14. All right, then they started the hack thing in the second quarter and the hack thing in the third quarter, and it worked because the guy can only hit 40% at the line. Mark, your comments.
Well, I think, if I'm DeAndre Jordan, I'm spending a lot of time early in the morning practicing free throws. We saw this game in Dog and Pony show with Dwight Howard. We saw it with Shaq O'Neal there. You got to practice. You got to practice your free throws. And if you don't, they're going to look for a weakness. It's like in baseball. If you can't hit a curveball and you can rip the fastball, they're going to feed you the curveball all the time. Same thing with DeAndre Jordan. But I'm a little frustrated. I mean, because he should be out there practicing at all times to get this thing down. I mean, we see the basketball players across this country. LeBron James goes out there a couple hours earlier, practices. And DeAndre Jordan.
I think it's a psychological thing. Larry Burnett.
Yeah, there's some guys who just can't do it. But listen, that was a classic game last night, except for the hack of Jordan. And by the way, I'm tired of this. Is it hack a Shaq? Is it hack a Howard? Is it hack a Dwight? Is it hack a Jordan? I want them to just call it whack-a-dude from now on. They're in the whack-a-dude mole. But listen, Popovich doesn't want to play whack-a-dude. There's not a coach in the league who wants to do that, but it's a strategy that is within the rules and allows a team to take advantage of another team's deficiency.
Yep.
The league is going to look at it. They're looking at it now. I wouldn't be surprised if they changed the rule. But here's the thing. If there's something wrong when baseball is speeding up its game and basketball is slowing down its game. They got to get this out of there.
But Larry, let me interrupt for 1 second. It's nobody's fault that he's a 40% free throw shooter. I don't want him to change the rule. I think a coach should be able to take advantage of that, even if it slows down the game. I think it's great strategy, and I don't want to see what happens the last 2 minutes, run the entire gamut of the 48 minutes. I want to be able to find a weakness in another player. If a guy can't play defense, I want an offensive guy to try to score on him every time. If a guy can't hit free throws, I want to foul him all the time.
I know what you're saying, but that was the worst part of the game last night. I mean, that game was so much fun to watch until they started doing that. It was terrible to watch.
Yeah, but let's face it, guys. Boris Diaw had 2 birthdays on the same night. I mean, throwing up these long-range jump shots with not even looking at the shot. I mean, San Antonio, to me, they got the officiating behind them. They got lucky on some of the shots, and they're letting the Spurs hang around. And when you let a team hang around, the Clippers, this series should have been over in 5.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed Game On Sports Overnight America. We'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place, across America and around the world.
Hey, thanks for hanging with the sports supporters. The guys, they'll be back tomorrow with a pouch full of new topics and more of their annoying opinions. So be sure to tune in to Sports Supporters.